a distant relative of mine was taken to Makinde. Now you would want to know what is Makinde. Makinde is a prison. It's an army prison where they would take anyone they liked and keep them in that prison. They even had the richest person in Uganda, that is Madhwani. They had Manubai Madhwani put in Makinde for about a fortnight. Now I had a distant relative who was taken to Makinde, and my uncle phoned me and said, XYZ has been taken to prison here. Can we do something? I was a teacher in City High School at the time, and I had a number of students who were children of army people. Even Idi Amin's niece was my student.
Really?
And I personally met Idi Amin in my school when he came to enroll her. So I got hold of one of the army personnel and said, look, this is the problem we have. Is there any way you can help us? And then I had another friend, an Asian, and I told him, look, this is the thing. And he said, let's go. So combined with the army officer and this friend of mine, we went to Makinde. Very scary sight. You could shiver, you could see, the roughness there. Army people beating them in this cell and people shouting and crying. We went there and we were able to get this relative of ours out from Makinde. But I was shaken.
What year was that?
This was 1970.
And the school which you taught in was for Africans, Indians?
It was a mixed school.
It was a mixed school. What was it like when you met Idi Amin?
He wasn't the commander of the army. He was a lieutenant at the time. Right. He wasn't head of or was not the president of Uganda. So he hardly spoke English at the time, very poor English. And he would just come and put the money on the table and say, that's the fee, take what you want. So you count the amount and give him the rest. So that was Idi Amin.
Was that common practice or very just him?
Because he wasn't highly educated and money for them was no problem. So he just put the money in and that's it. But was shaken in Makinde. You could, for 2 nights, it was pretty bad experience. When you see people being beaten there, roughly treated. All sorts of people, not only Asians, even whites. Blacks in plentiful, a lot of Africans, but Asians and whites were beaten up there as well.
And your relative that was taken, what was the reason that he was given?
Somebody had used his influence, because this relative of mine had to get his money from another Asian.
Right.
This businessman used his influence with the army to take him away so that he doesn't have to pay him.
Right. That's the way it worked.
But there was no justice or law at the time. It just worked on the gunpoint. So whoever you knew.
Were you ever in a position like personal danger?
No, fortunately not.